Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another exciting episode on Samira Ahmed TV. I have with me an all-round amazing guest. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have you here. Her name is Miss Lola Fetuga. She's a beauty esthetician, a beauty coach, and also a YouTuber. Welcome. Thank you for gracing this coming. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. I'm so pleased and delighted to be here. I'm so grateful to be here today. And I just want to say I'm really proud of you, Samira.
Oh,
and I'm
thank you.
really blessed for you to have me here.
Thank you for coming. So, Lola, where do we even begin? Can you tell me about yourself, like where you grew up and all of that? Just something about yourself. Where do you begin? Yeah.
Where do we begin?
Mhm.
Wow. So I grew up in the city of Benin in
Okay.
Edo State. I grew up in Ugbo precisely, and I grew up with my aunts actually. So something happened when I came into this world. So
Okay.
I lost my mom
Oh,
during childbirth. Yeah, so it kind of destabilized the dynamic of my family and all.
definitely.
Yeah, so I was taken in by my mom's immediate elder sister,
Okay.
which is my auntie. And yeah, that was where I grew up. And eventually, my siblings joined in. My immediate elder sister, Toyin, she joined in.
Yes.
She was staying with us. My mom's sister, which is my aunt, she has three children, three boys actually, but they're like grown.
Okay. So,
So basically, they took me as a daughter that they never really had, and that was how I grew up into
Yeah.
childhood, primary school, secondary school, uni. I literally did my growing up in Benin was literally in my auntie's house, and it was beautiful because
Okay.
I didn't even know that they were not my actual parents.
When did you find out?
I think it was sometime in primary 4.
Whoa. So how did that happen?
So I think, okay, there was this particular day we were preparing to go back to school.
Yes.
So it was a back to school season, and my mom brought new notebooks for us and all. So the culture then was that when you get new notebooks, you have to write your name
And your
and fill it in and all of that. So when I was writing my name and my surname, I think it was myself and my sister were writing our names and all. So I was writing Fetuga Omolola.
Yes.
And then I was like, but my dad's name is Orishejafo.
Okay.
So
You couldn't.
I was like, but you know the way we grew up as African parents, like I wasn't so emotionally close to my parents, so I couldn't ask.
Yes.
So I more like just deciphered everything on my own as I
on your
grew.
own,
Yeah,
yes.
I learned about everything on my own as I grew up. I was just okay. I just figured it out. I think that's where I became very that's where I became a very solution-based person. That's where I learned how to just create solutions to my problems and just solve things on my own without having to.
From childhood.
Yes. That was where I just literally found solution that, okay, so maybe you're not my biological parents.
But how did you feel about that when you were able to put 2 and 2 together?
Well, I mean, I felt, I don't know, indifference, right? Because I didn't even know where to put my emotions. I was just indifferent. Like, okay, but they still treat me like their daughter. So, but okay. But I also knew about my biological dad.
Okay.
My biological dad was based in Warri, Nigeria.
Okay, so like I said, how did the beauty thing start for you? When was that defining moment?
So that was towards the end of my uni.
Okay.
I just had to figure something out for myself that I could do that
To
would
get money.
to get income. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'd like to go into the beauty industry, but I didn't want to do makeup artistry. So that's when aesthetics was just coming into Nigeria. Yeah. So I took a course on body sculpting.
Wow.
So from there, the little money I had, because I actually tried to do a business prior to that, and I made some money here and there. So the money I had there, I used it to rent a shop in Benin.
Wow, you
I
took that
bought
bold
it. Yes, I
Yes,
did.
you knew it was your calling.
I knew it was for me. I knew it was for me. I think I'm very daring. I'm a risk taker.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't really look too much about consequences. I just like to
just go for it.
go for
Right
it.
on.
If I feel it's in me.
Yeah. Well, that's
So that's how I really started my aesthetics
And I've
business.
seen your work. So how is that like for people that want to do this? What is it like? What's body sculpting?
Well, body sculpting is a non-invasive procedure where you can burn fats around your midsection and then have a flatter tummy, have a more sculpted and enhanced bum area.
So without going under the knife.
Without going under the knife. So it uses a procedure called cavitation. It's called cavitation. So cavitation uses sound waves to break down fat cells non-invasively. That is, you're doing it over the skin. Yes. Coupled with something we call wood therapy. So wood therapy is basically using wooden tools to sculpt the body to give it a more defined shape and to break down that fat cell under the skin. So this reduces bloating, it burns down fat, and it literally gives you a more enhanced version of yourself.
Oh, that's amazing. So how long does this what's the procedure? Like when do you start seeing results? How long does this take?
So basically, from your third session, you will begin to see really good changes with your body. However, what I always advise my clients to do is that you have to stick to a good diet as well. So it's almost like working out, but you have machines that are doing the job for you.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. I'm definitely coming for
sold on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So now, are you in a relationship? Let's dig a bit more personal. Are you in a relationship or you're single?
I'm in a relationship now.
Okay. So how did you know he was the one? What were those green flags for you?
Well, I would say what the green flags were was his consistency.
Right. That's major key.
It's the key to everything. Consistency. It's the consistency that really sold me in or really bought me in. Because I'll say initially, before I went into the relationship, it was not like the previous ones where I'll be all lovey-dovey at first. I'm like, oh, I really want to be in a relationship with this person. But I wasn't feeling that way. I was very indifferent. Like
your emotions were in check.
Very much stable. So I was just like, okay, Mr. Man, I can hear you. Okay, I can see. So these are your intentions. Okay,
it's like taking your time. I like
time.
that. I like that because women were really emotional.
Yes.
And sometimes we just get blinded by the emotions and we just go all in without actually taking a step back. Get in control of your emotions and then, just let everything unravel.
Yes, you have to really find out who this person really is, because I feel like most times our emotions take over and we more like go into relationship based off of what we feel without actually checking this person out. Like, who are you? What are your intentions? Do our goals align? Okay, this is what I want. Is that the same thing you want? Because most times we're like two different people who chase after different goals, and at the end of the day, one person is getting brokenhearted or sad that it didn't work out because we were really not chasing the same thing from the very start.
Yes, and I think that talk is very important. Just like you said, before going into this, talk about what your goals are, what are your intention towards each other, because it's more like, oh, we're in a relationship, but what's the end?
Yeah,
are you dating?
Are we dating to get married?
So what's your position now? Are you dating to get married or you're just dating for
I'm dating to be married.
Okay.
I am preparing to be a wife.
Oh my God. I would love that. I would love that. So are you looking into do you have any time frame Or have you had that discussion?
Well, I'll leave that for God for now.
Okay,
I'll leave that for
that's
God.
major
Yeah.
key.
Yeah.
Yes, but then he's your person.
Yeah. I would say at this point where I'm at, I can say, okay, this person's my person.
Okay.
Because I feel like, you know, this thing they say about red flags, green flags, and whatnot. Even when you are finally in a relationship with a person, you still experience some discomfort, disagreements, and things that will even make you want to leave the relationship. But actually, those things are what make the relationship stronger. Right. If two of you decide that, okay, we really want to do this, let's make this work, you know. It takes two to actually make it work.
It does. The effort has to be from both parties, not just one person. Yes. So I feel like it's easy to even spot when you're in a relationship by yourself. Do you understand? Because when you're in a committed relationship with two people, you don't have to be second guessing. You know, you would be sure.
Exactly.
You would be sure. You won't have to be thinking, oh, does this guy like me? You are gonna be sure.
Exactly.
So yes, that's major key. That's amazing. So what are your love languages?
Wow. Okay, I'll say my love languages are acts of service.
Okay.
Physical touch.
Nice.
Words of affirmation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you had the discussion with him? Do you know what his love language is?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. Because, you know, if you're not loving someone in their love language is a problem.
Yes.
Yes. So that discussion also needs to be had. You know, when you start a relationship, you need to know how to love each other. Yes. That's very important.
Absolutely.
As well.
Because I feel like sometimes we tend to make the mistake of loving your partner in your own love language because you want to receive that kind of love.
Yes. So you don't feel loved, you know, no matter how much the person is putting, no matter how much the effort, you don't really feel it is not in your love language.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So what's that one beauty product you cannot go without?
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen. Yes. So how important is sunscreen?
Sunscreen is super duper important because aside sunscreen protecting your skin from the sun, it actually makes your skin glow.
It does.
It does. And it is what actually gives your skin this glass skin effect. Many people don't know it, but they tend to invest in serums, vitamin C, moisturizers, thinking that's what we give them, like glass skin. But what actually gives you glass skin is sunscreen. Trust me.
Amazing.
Yes.
Because I just started using sunscreen recently. I didn't used to like it before because, you know, there are some
that give the white cast.
So I'm like, no, this is not for me, no problem. You know, but now that I've invested in good sunscreens, do you have any recommendation for people as the beauty coach you are?
Absolutely. Skin Aqua is a really good sunscreen.
Okay.
Misha's sunscreen is also really good. And one I've been loving recently is Isentry Hyaluronic Acid Sunscreen.
Okay.
Chef's kiss.
They're gonna sponsor. They're gonna sponsor it. Yes, they're gonna sponsor us. So sunscreen, before we move on, is it just supposed to be applied on the face? Because all your other parts are also exposed to the sun. So what is this like?
Yeah. So sunscreen is not only supposed to be applied to your face. It's also supposed to be applied to any parts of your body that is exposed. So in a situation where I'm wearing this full outfit and my face is exposed, my hands are exposed. So sunscreen gets to my face and also my hands.
Right.
So these places where I'm wearing clothes, they are covered and safe, so I don't have to go through the stress of applying sunscreen. But in a situation where you go to the beach and you're wearing a bikini, you have to apply sunscreen all over. If not, you'll get a tan.
Right. That's amazing. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So what is your proudest accomplishment thus far?
Wow. I would say my proudest accomplishment would be building and sustaining a business.
That's amazing. So you've been how many years now?
I've been in business 4 years now.
4 years. So what has kept you in business for those 4 years?
Definitely passion.
Okay.
Dedication.
Okay.
And just commitment.
Right.
And knowing that, okay, this business is what actually sustains you.
Right.
You will
Do you
put
have
in
a
the
branch
work.
in Abuja, by the way?
Yes, I actually just opened a studio here in Abuja.
Where? You need to tell us. Where is it located? Wow. This is amazing.
It's actually a life camp, Abuja.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a space, or you do do you have a space for that?
Yes, I have a space for that.
Okay. Okay. So hit me up. I'm going to leave every detail. You need to. Absolutely. So what does your perfect day look like?
What does my perfect day look like? It would be waking up at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Yes,
Wow.
4 a.m. I like to wake up to do Bible study as well as pray. I figure out that around that time, prayer is amazing around that time. It's the best time I'm able to pray. And then I get to sleep back, of course.
Yes, definitely.
And then wake up later on, get in the bathroom, have my bath, freshen up, get to my computer, do my work, do all I have to do for the day, and then towards late afternoon, prepare to go to the gym. That's the time I prefer.
Is it daily? Do you do that? Do you work out daily?
I don't work out every day, but I work out every other day.
Okay.
Yes.
And you said yoga as well?
I love yoga. Yoga is amazing.
Yoga is one of the best things I discovered late last year, and I've been loving it.
Yoga is amazing.
It's amazing.
Especially for us as women.
Right.
It is very good for women.
So what can you say? What have you discovered about yoga?
I mean, flexibility, focus, because yoga requires you to focus for you to get some poses right without falling off. So focus, and what yoga has also helped me with is opening my hips up. Lately, there's been this yoga exercise I've been doing that's been opening my hips. So I'm like,
that's amazing.
Nice.
Yes. And then you tend to be, I don't know if it goes hand in hand with meditation, but then you tend to have this peace. Like it's just you're present in the moment. I love it.
Absolutely calming.
Absolutely. So what would you say, how does childhood trauma affect our mindset as adults? How do you get past trauma? Because I feel like every Nigerian, I am just talking for
we're all traumatized
one way or the other. So how do you recover from trauma? How do you growing up, give it your best? How do you do that?
Well, I mean, our childhood affects how we behave as adults. That's established facts. But how do you really recover from this trauma? The first thing is to be aware or identify what your trauma is in the first place. Because many people act a certain way and don't even know that it is something from their childhood that is behind the way they act. It is something from their childhood that broke their consciousness about a particular belief or understanding of what life is. Right? So it has to be you have to have this personal acceptance first that, okay, this was what actually happened at age 7 or at age 13 that makes me act this way. This was what I saw my dad do or saw my mom go through that is making me exhibit this character and traits towards other people and the loved ones around me, right? So when you're able to identify that, then you actually have to do a lot of introspection, which is the most difficult thing for humans to do, because it is easier to look outside and look at others rather than to look at yourself. Because you don't want to go in there and find out that there is something wrong in there. You don't want to believe that there is something not right within your consciousness. So it takes a lot of introspection and journaling, speaking with a therapist,
very important.
praying and meditating, just having that belief that whoever you believe in, if it's Jesus, knowing that, okay, Jesus actually came to die for my sins and he has taken away this wrong, broken consciousness that I have. So I am free.
So you have to unlearn and relearn.
Absolutely. You have to unlearn. You have to know that whatever you might have experienced or seen just happened because, another thing I have to even state.
Yes.
There was something I was just thinking about this morning. I was like, everything happened so that we can be who we are today.
Right.
So there's really nothing wrong with us. God already knew that our life was going to go the way it's going. Yes. God already knew that you were going to get abused. Yes. God already knew that even Jesus, who came to this world to die, he already knew that his own son would go through it. Yes. To, bring salvation to the world. So there is nothing wrong with you. Right. The only reason some negative things happen to you is just so that you are able to grow into your purpose. Yes. And spread the good news of how much other people can heal, because most times people don't see how they can actually be able to heal themselves. Right. Because why do people fall into depression and kill themselves? Because they feel like all hope is lost. They feel all hope is lost. They feel like they can't get out of that. But you can actually get out of that space. Yes. You can actually get out of that depression. Right. So what's your biggest pet peeve? What's my biggest pet peeve? What does pet peeve mean? Just like some things you can't stand, like maybe wet toilet seat or stuff like that. 1 minute more. What? What's my biggest pet peeve? I can't think of that right now. Okay, so can you forgive a cheating partner? No. You can't. No. So it's like once you do it, you're out the door. Yes. That's how men do it. Yes. Yes. Men don't really give second chances. They don't. Because women, we tend to tolerate a whole lot. So once, oh wow, I like that. You're a strong woman. I'm not strong. I like that. I like that. So what advice would you give the younger generation, people watching that, want to start this, do this? What's that advice? What has kept you going? And just what advice do you have for people watching, the younger generation that feel lost or, Well, I'll say that, first you have to understand that you are very powerful and there is nothing you cannot do on this earth. God has given you so much power. He has put himself in you. Right. But the only thing you need to do is accord that power back to God. Yeah. And, your goals are achievable. There is nothing you really can't do. Definitely. So lastly, like mental health. So what does mental health mean to you, and how should people take mental health seriously? I think you already spoke about that, by maybe yoga, speaking to a therapist and all of that, right? So, what do you think, what books have shaped you? Are you a book lover? Recently, yes, but what I tend to read, what I tend to have interest in actually are like relationship books. Yes. Books that talk about having a successful marriage, how you can I love books like that too. I love books like that. Books like that. Personal development. Yes. Yes. I love books like that. I also read on discipline, because discipline is something I've struggled with for a very long time. What discipline? How do you mean discipline? In terms of having to do a particular, you say you are going to do a particular thing at a particular time, and are you going to follow through with that? Or are you going to say, okay, no, tomorrow, right, I'll just do it at 4 p.m, Yes. So that's something I really struggle with, but now I just realized recently, which is something I was just talking to myself about. I talk to myself a lot. That's something I was talking to myself just yesterday, and I'm like, wait, I said I used to struggle about discipline in the past, but actually now it's kind of engraving in my subconscious to be disciplined, even without me not pushing myself. Right. I just see myself doing it. Let me give an instance. Yesterday, I had a very long day. I went to the salon. I went to make my hair. I went to do my nails. So you know how going to the salon is. It takes time and it's exhausting. In the evening, I had a church program. I'd already said, okay, I'm going to go to the church program, but I was already so tired. And then I went home. I was resting on my bed. The ego was like, you're not going anywhere, girl. You're going to stay in this house. You're going to rest. I mean, you even went to church the day before, so you can why take not today off. I'm telling you that I did not know the time when I stood up for the bed, took my shower, wore my clothes, I went to church. Because when I came back, I was like, oh, I actually did make it to church. So I think when you just make like practical moves and just push yourself that initial phase, it just it's inscribed on your subconscious to actually just do things without you having to think too much about them, even when the ego does not want it.
That's good. That's a good one. I love that. So, if you had the attention of the whole world for 5 minutes, what would you say?
God loves you all. Right?
So, I feel like maybe we should take some would you rather questions.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
Before we wrap it up. So, would you rather be a musician or a movie star?
I'd rather be a musician.
Okay, nice. Would you rather eat a scorpion's brain or frog legs? I don't know what a scorpion brain looks like though, but or frog legs. Which one do you think would be?
Frog legs.
Would you rather have a personal maid or personal chef?
Personal chef.
Right. Would you rather lounge by the pool or on the beach?
On the beach.
Would you rather stay in or go out on a Friday night?
Stay in, for sure.
So this has been interesting. I feel like I need to have you on this podcast again because I feel like we have not even covered.
We haven't even scratched the surface.
We have not.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Like, I'm so happy. Yes. I'm so grateful.
This has been amazing.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for coming once again. I look forward to having you again. Do you have any closing remarks?
Thank you guys for watching.
And your YouTube page.
Yes, guys. I'm also a YouTuber and I talk about life on there. Basically, just living and relatable content that
you would love.
You would understand.
What's the name on YouTube?
Lola Fetuga.
Please do follow Lola Fetuga on YouTube and visit her spa as well.
Absolutely.
In Life Camp.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're not yet subscribed, please do follow us on all our social media handles on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're everywhere on Samira Ahmed TV. And until next time, thank you.